You know where you are?
This is Nollywood Pictures TV.
Iche,
Your Majesty.
that I employ diplomacy in the way around this kingdom does not give anybody the liberty to walk into my palace and impose anything on me.
Your Majesty, I am not imposing anything on you. Who am I to try that? I was only
Spare
trying...
me the explanations. We are talking about my immediate family here. I am the king of Umokpaleri kingdom, and I do what I consider best whenever it concerns my immediate family.
I can see that my king is getting annoyed, but it hasn't gotten to that. Your Majesty, we are talking about the prince here.
And why are you talking about my son, the prince? Did he not make it known from the beginning that he's not interested in the way we run this kingdom? So why will you come into my palace saying that you're talking about my son, the prince?
Undo, you are a guard, no doubt. But you can address the king of this matter. Please.
How dare you? How dare you? Undo is a guard attached to my son. He can talk to my son. He cannot talk to me.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I'm sorry.
Now make the case you have against my son and defend your case yourself.
Your Majesty, I've been seeing the prince with the maidens of this kingdom.
And what is wrong if my son is sighted with maidens of this kingdom? Is he not a full-grown man? Iche, why do you just want to provoke me for nothing?
I am sorry, Your Majesty, but you must listen to me. The prince meddling with maidens of this kingdom only means he wants to have a woman as a wife. Your Majesty, I believe it is time we expose his real wife to him.
Should I tell you the truth, Iche?
I'm all ears, Your Majesty.
My son, the prince, does not have a woman we can expose as wife to him. Do you know why Ugezu went up in flames? They broke their prince and forced him to marry a strange woman. She entered the palace and desecrated their ancient ancestral stool. Iche, I cannot afford to make the same mistakes that others made.
But, Your Majesty, I thought we had an understanding on this. Why do you still believe it's a mistake?
The god of fertility departed from Banna dynasty for 12 years. No one got pregnant. Infant mortality grew to an unprecedented 100%. Banna almost got to the point of extinction. Do you know why? They forced their princess to marry a man she never loved. The man took her home and entered her as a woman. That was seen as rape in the eyes of the gods. A strange man had entered their princess, and that was the zenith of desecration in Banna. Iche, go home and try to understand why we cannot impose a maiden on my son, the prince. You said it yourself. He's already meddling with maidens of this kingdom. Soon, he'll show us the one that he loves. Then we shall support him and follow him to marry the maiden that his heart desires.
Fanni
Hey, both of you. Go.
What? Fast! What's the meaning of that? What's the meaning of that? What's the meaning of that? Why would you stop maidens from doing what they were doing?
My prince.
Yes?
Ishia and Azia just left the throne room.
And what's my business with Ishia and Azia leaving the throne room? Is that why you stop maidens from entertaining me?
My prince, I am your personal assistant. You should listen to me.
Why would I listen to my personal assistants when it's not making sense?
My prince, the king told Ishia and Azia that the prince has the right to select who his wife is. This means you now have the royal pronouncement you need to select who your wife is. Yeah. My prince, you know me very well that I don't joke with serious issues. The king said that he is not going to impose anything on the prince because he wouldn't want the kingdom to be destroyed like other kingdoms that got destroyed when they imposed a wife or a husband on the prince and the princess. What he's saying is that you are now free to select your own wife.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes.
Why are you doing this? You're the prince of this land and I cannot look you in the face.
Ngozika, you have to look at me. Look me in the face. Look me in the eye. You will see something different.
I just did. I saw the prince.
Ngozika, that's what everyone sees, but please, I want you to look me in the eye and tell me what you see. See differently.
Why do you want me to be different? I am a maiden of Umokbaleri. I must surely see what others say.
No, Ngozi, that is what they all see. But please, I want you to look differently. Look, you will see something different.
The maidens of Umokbaleri Kingdom believe you are gentle and harmless. A good number of them would pose nude for your entertainment if you tell them to do so. I look at you and I see a harmless prince. A prince who wouldn't take advantage of anyone.
Because that's what I am. That is what I am. So you see, my personal assistant. Please run. He has a loud mouth. Run. I'll see you later, okay? All right. What happens?
My prince.
Yes?
I heard you talking with someone. Who is the person?
Am I not allowed to speak alone now? Can't I talk to myself?
In simple language, my prince, that is lunacy.
Ndubuisi, are you saying I'm mad? Are you saying I've gone insane?
I am sorry, my prince, but I'm speaking based on what you said. That you were talking to yourself. In this kingdom, that is madness. I don't know about other kingdoms.
Ndubuisi, can you just shut up and give me what I told you to get for me?
Your gold, as crafted by the best goldsmith in our kingdom. It was not easy convincing Nani to give it to me. Nice. Yes, I know. But my prince, what are you doing with gold?
Well, I am giving it to a maiden.
You are not serious, are you?
Of course I'm serious.
My prince.
Yes?
Maidens of this land do not know the value of gold. Why would you think of offering gift of gold to a maiden of this kingdom?
Ndubuisi, people who know the value of gold were not born with the knowledge of it. They start to know its value when they start handling it. Now, this maiden, after I must have given her the gift, will know the value of gold. Thank you.
My prince, please, wait. What? Oh, who is this maiden you are planning to destroy by teaching her the value of gold?
Ndubuisi, you know the problem I have with you. You feel you know everything, but you know nothing.
Please open the door. Something came up and I want us to discuss. It's urgent. My prince. What kind of nonsense is this? Where is he? The prince is not in his room. Where is he?
The prince's security is your responsibility, not mine. I'm here to protect the palace or guide the palace.
I am trying to understand the meaning of that rubbish you just said now.
I am equally trying to understand the reason why you're asking me this silly question by this time of the night.
Iked, the prince is not in this palace. I'm asking you as the guard on duty if you have seen him. Why are you not willing to ask the question?
The prince is not in this palace. Are you okay now? Are you okay now?
Did he tell you where he has gone to?
What do I know? You know that detail. Prince is going to come back in this palace. And I'll be here to welcome him back.
I don't even know what to do to you. Whether to slap you or whether to pour sand into your face.
To pour sand on my face. Why?
Because you are a goat. And your father was a cow. Iked, I am going to deal with you in this palace.
Whatever they call you. I am not afraid of you. I am not afraid of you. You're not going to do anything.
I'm the one. I want to see you briefly. Just come out. I need to see you. Come out, my love.
It's awesome. I love it.
I give it to you because you're the best. And I'm happy you love it.
It's one of the best I have ever seen. Thank you so much. Thank you. I would never forget this night.
And I'll never forget the day I gave you a gift. A gift you accepted with all your heart.
Some people will not be happy if they discover that the prince walks the night because of me. A common maiden.
Forget about people. Only remember us. And forget about any useless sentiments or relevance attached to royalty. I am a freeborn, a free indigene of this kingdom, and I'm free to move anytime I want. And tonight I've come to you because we have a future together.
You confuse me when you say that. We live in a kingdom where elders decide the fate of every maiden. Whatever we feel for ourselves, I don't see the elders bringing us together. I don't.
Tomorrow we'll dwell on this particular topic you have raised. But for now, dear. We have to go. Please leave.
You leave. You are my guest.
And you're the woman. It's the man's duty to watch his woman as she leaves.
Please leave before you put me into trouble. Or before someone sees us.
Wow.
Next time they will say that they are the keepers of the palace. Yet they never stays in the palace. Ndara. What I know very well is that if Chukwu Abioma did not guide the kingdom, in vain is people like you staying awake.
Wait a minute. Are you indirectly making jest of me or what?
I thought you have something important to say.
Wait. Have you seen the prince?
Yes. I saw a preacher in the evening. The preacher was saying something about the Prince of Peace. The Prince of Peace. I became interested. But the preacher did not tell me more about this Prince of Peace or where to find him. Are you talking about the same Prince of Peace?
Listen to me. I don't know who is Prince of Peace. I am talking of Prince Ubaka of Awomokbaleri Kingdom. Have you seen him?
Nonsense! Prince is now a night crawler. On a wee in the night. I'm very happy. But if you see him, ask him whether he has seen me. I know that one day I will crawl into him. All is crawling. Yes, they say he's Ubah. But we can't see any money. We can't see any money. That wet spring is the meaning of Ubaka, but we can't see wet. We can't even see where, not to talk about the earth. See, are you going to see the money or the wet in the grave or in the drip? Stupid man. Go and sleep. The prince is Ubah.
I never knew you were like this. Please leave so I could go in.
Morning will meet us here if you refuse to leave because I am going nowhere.
Oh, please. My house is around the corner. Please leave before someone sees us.
So if your house is around the corner, why don't you just go in while I watch your back?
You win, stubborn prince. Good night.
My prince.
Ndubisi, what are you doing here?
I should be the one asking you what you're doing here. What are you doing in Akiyi by this ungodly hour of the night, my prince?
I'm taking a walk. Okay, am I not allowed to take a walk again?
My prince, you left the palace by this hour of the night taking a walk without your personal assistant? My prince, this is wrong.
Ndubisi, I came to Akiyi without my personal assistant because I don't want him to know where I'm going. And I'm actually disappointed. My personal assistant, who should know better, will follow me to Akiyi this night.
Good man.
Good night.
Stop following me.
Good. Now, if my father said that, and what you're saying is true, that means I already have my maiden. Oh yes. I have a maiden in Akiyi who will be my wife.
My prince, you have a maiden in Akiyi?
Yes.
My prince, I hope it's not the same maiden you have been going to Akiyi to see, because I know many maidens there.
Look, I don't care about who you know, okay? All I'm telling you is that I have a maiden in Akiyi who will be the queen. That's it.
My prince, it does not work that way.
And how does it work?
My prince, I am your personal assistant. And I am telling you that it does not work, that there are some certain things you cannot just do without me.
Listen here, okay? Listen, what is my personal assistant's business in whom I decide to marry or whom I do not marry? It's my personal life and requires no personal assistant.
I agree, it is the personal life, and that is why it has become my personal business. I am your personal assistant. You cannot just decide to marry a woman without my contribution. Listen to me, my prince. Now that you have the space to select your own wife, you don't have to cage yourself with this maiden from Aki that we don't know. No! You have to open your eyes, my prince. You are going to make a choice from an assemblage of maidens. Umokaleri is a land of maidens, my prince. Don't decide on only one person. That's why this was out there. That's why they have to leave. Assemblage of maidens, my prince.
Uzanne, there is something about the prince and his charisma.
Azuka, please spare me the details. We are maidens employed to serve the prince and not to discuss about him.
I am not discussing about him. I'm only about telling you what I'm experiencing as a woman.
What is it?
Now listen. The spirit of dance lives in the prince. You may not have noticed, but the way he looks at you when you dance for him, you will discover that you hardly get tired. See, the spirit of dance that lives with the prince is communicating with your own dance. And it makes the union become inseparable. That is why you can dance and dance and dance for hours without getting tired at all.
That we hardly get tired does not have anything to do with the prince. It's just because we are trained dancers.
Look, Prince Ubaka is not the only one I've danced for. I've danced for many people before I was permanently assigned to dance for him. But there is something unique about dancing for the prince. And that uniqueness comes from the fact that the spirit of dance lives within him.
As the keeper of this palace, I demand to know what both of you are discussing here.
Our sole business here is to dance for the prince. So we are discussing on what to add to our dancing steps so that the prince can appreciate us.
Dancing for the prince is not the same thing as seducing the prince. So whatever you are trying to add to your dancing step must not have any element of seduction. Even the marginal seduction I have already noticed in your dancing steps must be expunged immediately, because we don't need that in the palace. Both of you have specific roles to play in this palace, and I want you to restrict your duties to those specific roles.
Azuka, I blame you for this.
You blame me for what?
The prince is not comfortable with the elements of seduction in our dance. That's why he sent NWANI to come and tell us. As for me, tomorrow, I'm resume to my normal dance.
The king looked me straight in the eyes and told me that his son, Prince Ubaka, will choose a maiden for himself. Banna, I called you because you are the one who groomed the chosen maiden for us. Do you think what the king said is right or wrong?
Nichole, I don't know if the king is right or wrong. What I know is that the said selected maiden has already lost total confidence in the entire process.
What do you mean by losing total confidence in the entire process?
4 months ago, she told me that she wasn't sure if the prince will eventually marry her. And I asked her to explain her reasons. She said that subsequent developments will prove her either right or wrong. Judging from what you just told me now, I can say that my maiden was right.
You sound as if you have lost confidence, or you have totally given up. Don't give up yet. We have to convince our prince to marry our chosen maiden.
I'm sorry, Chinyere, but I will not allow the prince to marry my maiden if he does not recognize her or appreciate her as a woman. He must freely come to terms that she is the best. But as long as he's still looking elsewhere, he will never marry my maiden.
Ndubisi, I don't know you too well. I only know you as a trusted nobleman that is attached to Prince Ubaka. So it is not possible for me to make you a promise when I don't even know what I'm promising.
Uzoma, I want you to understand something. I have perfected plans to make you the queen of the kingdom. So I came here this early for you to tell me what I stand to gain if I make you the queen.
You want to make me the queen of this land? But how is that possible?
It's very possible. You already said it that I am the trusted gentleman that is attached to the prince. That is correct. Absolutely correct. And I want you to understand that attachment has a whole lot of sides. Because I am the one that practically decides everything around the prince. Every maiden in this kingdom, all of them, they want to be queen. Unfortunately, all of them cannot be queen because you are the one I am going to make the queen. So I want you to tell me, if I use all the powers at my disposal to make you the queen, what do I stand to gain?
If you make me the queen of this land, I am going to make out time to come and dance for you each day.
Why will you say dance? Why will you say dance?
Ndubisi, why are you sounding like you're not a man of this land?
I'm a man of this land, and you know it yourself. I'm a full man of this the kingdom. But I was expecting you to make me promise of something tangible, and you're saying dance. What will I be doing with dance?
Ndubisi, you know, dancing is a very big business in this land. Apart from masquerade, which remains an exclusive business for the men, dancing is next in line. So if a woman should dance for a man, that is the biggest honor she can give to the man. If you make me the queen of this land, I'll make out time to come dance for you every day.
Listen to me, Uzoma, I want you to understand something. I live in the palace. And we have maidens in the palace that are commissioned to dance for the prince. Every morning. Wonderful dancers, and I have watched them countless number of times. I am just wondering, what is it that you have that you think can dwarf what I've seen about those maidens when it comes to dancing? What can you offer? What is it?
Well, I'll leave you to be the judge.
Is there something you're not telling me?
His Royal Majesty, Ezuronye of Umakwaleri Kingdom, told UCHE and EZEUGWU something that gives me the impression that your fear is justified.
Which of my fears?
You told me that you saw a situation where the prince chose another maiden in place of you.
Have they finally declared who the lucky maiden is?
No, they did not. They only said that the prince has the right to choose a wife from the maidens. Is that what you saw that made you lose confidence in a process that could have made you the wife of the prince and the queen of this land?
I saw the one they call the prince comparing me to other maidens in this kingdom, and even to some other maidens from other lands. I decided there and then that he is not my man. My man shouldn't have to compare me. I ought to be his best, his permanent best.
Are you telling me that you're not going to be bothered if the prince fails to marry you?
I won't be bothered. There are so many maidens he can choose from. Our land is a land filled with maidens. There's hardly a family without a maiden in it. So, what gladdens my heart is that I can hold my own amongst my fellow maidens. The prince can go ahead and marry whoever he wants to marry. Osioma, daughter of OKECHI, will not die a single lady. I will get married someday. And when I do, I'll be married to the best.
That's the spirit. I am happy that you are exhibiting the maturity of a queen.
Do you know what she did? She sneaked up to the prince to show her face. That is abysmal and unacceptable. As far as I'm concerned, she is 1 tree out of the forest. So I want you to continue walking towards the crown.
How do you mean she's 1 tree out of the forest? How do you mean?
Were you listening to me at all? Were you? She looked the prince in the eyes and told him that he would never have her.
She said that? She said that to the prince? How come I didn't hear that part?
Why are you this excited? No. Don't tell me you have been scared of this girl all this while. You are scared? How could you be scared of her?
Of course not. How can I possibly be scared of her? After all, I know that I am the best dancer. So I can't be scared of her. I'm just worried that the prince might change his mind and decide to go for the maiden groom for him.
Uzoma, should I be very sincere with you? I am disappointed in you. Are you joking or what? No. You mean to say you have been scared of this girl all this while we've been working together and you didn't tell me?
Ndubisi, please don't misunderstand me. Please don't. I know I can still be the best dancer that day. You know this tradition, how it works. I know I can still be the best that day. But I'm just scared that the tradition might come to take its curse.
Listen to me. Anybody who is working with me must live above fear. You don't have to be afraid of anything, anybody, any maiden, any tradition or whatsoever. We have a target, and that is the crown. So I want you to concentrate and keep walking towards the crown. I want you to continue thinking about that crown, please. Okay. My prince, I know Ngozika. In fact, I can say that I know her very well. And based on what I know about Ngozika of Akili, I want you to forget her completely.
Then why should I forget her?
Give me a reason why I should forget her. My prince, very simple. Yes. Based on color configuration of both of you, she cannot be your wife.
What rubbish are you talking about?
My prince, I have already seen your queen. She is the one I want you to meet. Because she is the one I want you to marry. And when you marry the girl I am talking about, all the maidens of this kingdom shall surrender under her supremacy. Because they will acknowledge the fact that you marry the best.
Ndubisi, who is this your maiden and where is she from?
God will kill me. If I should ever travel out of this kingdom to go and bring a wife, my prince, and I'm Apwala, I can't do a thing like that, my prince. I am talking of a maiden who is a full-blown maiden of Umokbaleri kingdom. She is the one that I want you to make your wife. Her name is Uzoma, and she is coming to this palace tomorrow on my invitation.
What? Ndubisi, wait. You invited the maiden into the palace without my permission?
My prince, because I am your personal assistant of action. And action speaks louder than words. If I continue telling you about this maiden by words of mouth, you will never take me serious. And this is why I reduce everything to action. She is going to come here tomorrow, my prince. And then you are going to look at her. You will observe her. And then you will take the real action. By making her the queen, my prince. You will let me care.
I'm sorry. I truly am.
Of course you should be. Do you know what you have done? Going to the priest in that manner?
I was just curious. I wanted to see his face.
And then, now that you have seen his face, what have you achieved?
He has seen mine. Now I am no longer a mystery to him. He knows what I look like now. And he also knows what he will be missing.
Don't be silly, Ozioma. What has come over you? This is not what I taught you. This is not the noble woman I groomed you to be. I am highly disappointed in you.
Well, like I said, I am sorry. But I truthfully do not see anything wrong in what I did.
Everything is wrong with what you did. It looks like you are so desperate for the prince to take notice of you.
Desperate? Dauchi, how can you even say that?
Because that is what it seems like. Listen to me, Ozioma. I don't want what happened yesterday to happen again. Are we clear? Other maidens must continue to look up to you, no matter what. Even if you do not become the queen, you are still who you are.
And who am I?
You are a mystery. A child of destiny. The light that shines in our land. The choice of the ancestors. The chosen of the gods. That is who you are.
Oh my God. This is so beautiful. This is about the finest gold I have ever seen. Where did you get it from?
Crafted by the best goldsmith of our land. Delivered from the palace.
I don't get that. Delivered to you from which palace?
From the palace of our Umobaleri kingdom, of course. The prince looks my way.
The prince is looking your way and you're this excited?
You don't want the prince to look my way? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Are you not happy the prince looks my way? Of course I am not. I am not. Yes.
Because the prince has someone already groomed for him.
So whatever you feel for him is, to say the least, foolish. Kill that thing in time before he gains ground and forces you out of circulation. And before you know it, you end up heartbroken. And if you're not careful, you end up committing suicide.
Amarachi, are you aware that I was on my own and the prince approached me?
And are you ever under the illusion that you were the only one he approached? He approached so many, but no one took him serious because we know his future is already hooked to a particular maiden.
Forget about people. Only remember us. And forget about any useless sentiments or relevance attached to royalty. I am a freeborn, a free indigene of this kingdom, and I'm free to move anytime I want. And tonight I've come to you because we have a future together.
What he feels for me is different from what he has ever felt for any maiden.
Bam.
I know what he told me. And I can swear on my life that he has never said that on any maiden. I know what he said.
My friend is living in fool's paradise.
This is so unfortunate. Amarachi, you're just being too jealous. And I don't want to talk about my private life again. Please.
Of course you know I'm not. Why would I want to be jealous? I'm only trying to advise you like a friend. You know you're a maiden of class in this town. My dear, do not stupid thing.
My prince, her name is Uzoma. She is the beautiful maiden of our land that I told you about. She's finally here in the palace to present herself before you, my prince. Uzoma, you know already that this is the prince of our land. Now I want you to take a walk before the prince, like a queen. Convince him beyond any doubt that you are indeed the queen we are going to bring you to the palace. The floor is yours. Beautiful. Beautiful, isn't she? Can you smile for the prince? Did you see that? Can you please turn your back? Oh. Did you see that, my prince? Isn't she wonderful? My prince, please say something.
My dear, kindly excuse us. We'll get back to you.
Thank you very much, my friends.
Okay. You know, I am very, very certain that she is the one you're going to make your wife. She is awesome.
I must admit that she's beautiful.
Oh, thank you, my prince.
She walks with poise, with style, and she would make a very good dancer.
Thank you, my prince.
I also admit that from the look of her, she would make a very good and responsible wife.
Oh. My prince, thank you so much. I am humbled with your assessment and judgment. Yes. You know, I already told people that I have a wonderful, wise man as the prince in this palace. Yes. Thank you for accepting to marry her almost immediately. Yes. I am humbled.
Yes. Yes. And I also admit that I am willing to disappoint you.
You see that girl? She has nothing close to NGOZI of Aki.
My prince.
Yes?
It has become very clear to me that you have tested the love portion of NGOZI of Aki, and I am going to resist her.
You're going to resist her?
With everything in me.
You will resist her. I will not resist to tell you that what attracts you, Ndubisi, in a woman is not what attracts me. Do you understand me? That is not what attracts me. And it's very obvious that I will not resist to tell you that you will not be part of my decision making with regards to having a wife. Get out of my sight! Leave here this instance.
Yes.
What did you finally see?
He found you irresistible. He wanted to have you out of sight before he would tell me that you are unique.
Very nice. So, has he accepted to make me the queen?
My dear, it follows a process and we are already in the process. Okay? I want you to leave now and allow me continue from where you stopped. But one thing that is relevant is that you have succeeded in sowing a seed inside of him. Allow me to make that seed to germinate. Okay? You are going to be the next queen of this land. That is settled and that is sure.
Now that I've breathed the fresh air of this palace, I want to reassure you that once I become the queen of this kingdom, I will make you very, very relevant.
I will always remember that. But you have to go now. Okay? I will see you later. She's going to make me relevant in the kingdom. when she has already failed the examination? How am I going to read this girl thing? How?
What I told IHEDIOUS was a decision I took as king. There's no need to discuss it any further.
Who am I to interfere in your decision, my king? I came here to find out if you have communicated with the prince already.
I did not discuss the decision with the prince because I believe he will hear what I said.
How then did he hear if you did not communicate to him personally?
My dear, the prince lives with me here in this palace. And we all know that the palace walls have ears. Look, he couldn't have confronted me if he didn't hear what I said. Don't let that bother you. The prince is free to make his own choice. And who knows, he may select the maiden you groomed for him. If that happens, then we all shall know that the gods don't make mistakes. And we shall lend our support.
When is he going to make this selection?
A lot of things are still being planned. Just leave things to unfold on their own.
Ndo, there used to be a festival in this town called Nkwaumabo. It's a festival that attracts suitors and noblemen into our land. This is where princes and noblemen pick their wives from during this festival.
I have never heard of this Nkwaumabo festival before.
This Nkwaumabo festival has not been organized for over 100 years because our former king, Ahuenyi Amalenyi, abolished it. Do you know why? Because of the kind of dance steps our maidens were unleashing. Suitors were coming from far and near to come and pick up our women. So he abolished it.
So if a king of this land already outlawed the festival, why are we here discussing it?
Because our incumbent has decided that his prince must choose a wife from among the maidens. So I have discussed with the elders in council that we can organize this Nkwaumabo for the first time after 100 years, so that our prince will have opportunity of selecting his wife.
I have never experienced this festival before. In fact, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, but I am beginning to like it. I can already visualize the picture of beautiful maidens standing out, dancing in their fury, just to entertain the prince.
You can say that again.
I think it's going to be a wonderful experience.
The prince himself will be thrilled. He will be the judge during that day. Then he will select or pick the best maiden amongst all the maidens that will come and display their dance steps. Any lucky maiden will be crowned the queen in waiting on the spot.
ONYEDIKA, it is so good that it is happening during my time. I am excited. Very, very excited. Is here.
You know, I've been meaning to ask you two this. Why do you do what you do? Huh? Why? Why is it that both of you come to entertain me at the same time? Why is it that one doesn't come today to dance and then the next comes tomorrow? Why?
My prince, it is the age-long tradition of our people that the prince must never be alone with a maiden. There must be at least 2 maidens at a time.
So what are they trying to avoid?
My prince, we don't know what they are actually planning to avoid. But we know that Ugezu could be forced to recommend punishment on us if it is ever reported that we are appearing before you individually.
I know what they're trying to avoid. I know. They have gradually insulted every prince. They have insulted every single prince. Yes! And they see you maidens as debased people who would have no option but to seduce every prince. Yes, that's it. And they see my very self as somebody who doesn't have resistance. Somebody who cannot control himself, who has no self-control. Are you beginning to see the insult? No, are you beginning to see the insult?
I am sorry. But we don't see it as an insult.
Really?
Yes, we are only following the age-long tradition of this land. They were laws made several years before our mothers were married. So, I don't see why we should take this personal. Yes.
That's what you think you're following?
Both of you. Leave. Go. Why do you always do this? No, seriously, why do you always do why do you always do this? Now let me tell you, whatever powers you feel you have flows through me. You understand me? What's wrong with you?
My prince, I already discussed extensively with Ishia and Azia, and I am now sick and tired of the marginal dance step from these maidens that keep loitering around you. This kingdom is planning something big, and you are going to be the ultimate beneficiary, my prince.
BBC, you had better say something to excite me down.
My prince, there is a festival called Ubaka Festival in this land. I don't know if you have heard about it.
Well, my grandmother told me about it. She said it's one outlawed festival, and women are presently angry about it.
My prince, Ishia, Nazia, and other elders and council are planning to revive that festival. In fact, that festival is going to hold, and you are going to be the ultimate judge. All the maidens of this land shall gather to dance for you, and you're going to make a choice of one maiden who is going to be your wife, and the king is going to name her the coming queen of this land. I'm telling you what is being planned.
You see, you're saying the maidens will come and dance for me.
Beautiful maidens. They will all gather and they are dancing for my prince.
And I'm the only judge.
You are the judge. Oh my God.
That is something I can live with. That's something I will remember for the rest of my life.
It's coming soon, my prince.
Nice.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
The impression among our people is that King Ahwenyi Amalenyi abolished the Ubaka Festival because it was attracting foreigners. That is not true. That was not the reason for the abolition of the festival.
So, how do you know, Father? Was it documented?
Oh yes, he documented his reason. He said that the festival was attracting evil spirits, and that a maiden was so engulfed in the dance that her feet were separated from the ground and she was hanging in the air. This caused pandemonium amongst the people. A lot of people were running to their homes and they got wounded. When the evil spirit left the girl, she fell to the ground and couldn't explain what happened. That was why he outlawed the festival.
And now the elders in council want to revive this festival. What are you going to do, Father? Are you going to allow them or stop this festival immediately?
You will be the ultimate judge of that. Any maiden you select will be crowned queen in waiting immediately. But I'll suggest that you go to Odumiwele, the paramount god of our land, to ask for guidance.
Father, I am not going to do that. I'm sorry. Yes, I agree. I have a maiden who is after my heart, who I want as queen. So why would I go to Odumiwele to tell? Oh, I am just going to be the ultimate judge in a free and fair contest. That's it, Father. Please.
This festival is going to attract a lot of attention. You will see beauty in its undiluted form. See, may be confused. Choosing the wrong queen also has its attendant problems. But going to Odumiwele to ask for permission, for guidance, for wisdom, Odumiwele will help you to ensure that you do not make mistakes.
Father, I won't do that. I'm sorry, I will not go to Odumiwele. Yes, I have a maiden who is after my heart, who I want to be my queen. So why would I go to tell Odumiwele? I am going to be the ultimate judge in a free and fair contest. That's it.
I am talking from my position as king.
And I'm talking from my own position as the one in the center of everything. Father, please, just let me. I am going to choose the best. And when I tell you the best, I will choose the best. That's it. It's going to be free and fair. I'm going to any Odumiwele.
As you have refused to humble yourself before Odumiwele, let me give you another information.
I'm sorry, Father. I want to clarify something here. I did not refuse to humble myself before Ugezu. Who am I to do that? Why would I do that? All I'm saying is that I want this festival to run as an experimental event. That's it.
If that is what you want, I will leave you with your choice.
Thank you, Father.
My prince, what did the king say?
He said I should go to Odumiwele and announce who would become my future queen. Initially I said no, but now I'm beginning to see reasons with it.
I'm sorry, my prince, but I don't understand what you mean by you are beginning to see reasons with it.
You know, the process of this festival could be quite confusing. Yes, you know, it's not only humans that will be in attendance. Also, evil spirits will be in attendance. So I don't want any evil spirit to pass me over an evil woman. I don't want to make a mistake in WC. I do not.
Okay. Let us assume you are now standing before Odumiwele.
Yeah?
Who is that maiden you are going to name as your choice?
Who else? No, who else but Ngozi of Aki? Who else? She is the only one I'm ready to settle with as my best. She's the only one.
My prince, as your personal assistant, I am not ever going to allow you to bring this festival to Redeko. My prince, this is the very first Nkumabogo festival that we shall be experiencing in the last 100 years in this kingdom. All the maidens of this land must be given equal and fair opportunity to prove themselves. There is no way I will ever allow any maiden of this land to ride on the back of Odumiwele to assume position as the coming queen of this land. All my men...
The only problem I have with you, you're never objective. How? You are never ever objective. Have I gone to Odumiwele before making my choice? No, have I done that?
But
No. Why would you say she's riding on the back of Odumiwele? Why would you say that?
Okay. If you go to Odumiwele, you will say that Ngozi of Aki is the choice that you have.
Yes.
And then during the festival, you are going to go ahead and name her the queen.
Oh, yes.
Even when she has not convinced anybody that she's good. Now, have you bothered to ask yourself what the people will say?
I don't care about what the people say. I care about the love of my life. It's my life.
But the process that is going to define that love must be love itself. What you are doing has no love. You have named Ngozi of Aki already even before the festival. That means you have not allowed the maidens of this land to prove themselves. That is no love, my prince. And there is no way I will allow that as your personal assistant. It's not possible. You are bringing this thing to ridicule, and in fact, you are not going to do well. Your personal assistant says so.
No. This cannot be. How do they want to disgrace me this way? After all the training that I got, after all the time I wasted trying to be royalty, and now this.
Okay, now come back. Go ahead. You know, when you're working, see nobody. Because everybody there is mine. You are the only queen. And that is how it's supposed to be. Because you are royalty in the making. That is how it's supposed to be. See, do your shit this way. See. Move. And then you look into his eyes. Because that is where your power is. Now let me see you do it. Good. That's my queen in the making. Good. Good. You're doing it well. Come back. Huh? Yes. Every other maiden are under you. Good. Continue. Don't be shy. Continue. You know, it's only the queen, only the prince that has to notice you. You don't see any other person. See every other person as minor. You are the only one. not eat your food. Why?
Uche, I'm tired of this sauce. I want to eat any other food aside this.
Other foods like what?
Like normal food. Food that will taste nice in my mouth and in my belly. Why can't I eat what other people eat?
Uzioma, because you are our coming queen. We must be mindful of what you eat. You are not allowed to grow fat. So that the prince will not feel you are not good enough.
That's my point exactly. It makes me feel sick, knowing that the man whom all of this is for, I don't even know him, he does not even know me.
Don't worry. You will know him soon and you will love him.
But why can't he accept me like the normal person that I am? Why do I have to go through all this just for me to be acceptable in his sight?
Ozi, these are the sacrifices you make to be queen. Don't give up. Please.
Yes? What is it? Why are you blocking my path?
You listen to that, Uche. You're not supposed to go anywhere.
I don't understand. Am I into some kind of bondage or what? Why can't I go out? There are maidens of my age grade out there. I am going to be with them. I am going to mix up with them. I want to go out there and make friends. I want to live a little. I want to breathe.
I don't know how I'll say this, but you cannot go out.
And who's going to stop me? You?
What's going on here?
She wanted to go out and I told her she cannot.
And I demand to know why it is I cannot go out. I really don't understand this arrangement. Am I suddenly a prisoner of some sort? Why do I have to have him in front of me in my compound blocking me from going to where I want to go?
Onyeka, leave us. It is clear to me that you woke up from the wrong side of your bed this morning.
No, Uche. I slept well and I woke up well. Now to the issue at hand. Why can't I go out? Why?
Because you are a queen in the making. You are like an eagle. You are placed in the sky where your actions are like mystery to the lesser being. You don't have to mingle with other maidens that will date you.
What is this? How long exactly will this continue?
It will continue until the day you'll be exposed to the prince as his wife and the queen of this land. Ozioma, we have come a long way. You cannot just stop now. You can't start feeling bad right now. Okay? Please, come with me.
Why did I have to go through all that? Why? I denied myself everything to have him. Now I will have to file out with others for him to make a choice?